I request all dignitaries to grace the stage, please. To begin this program, we'll start it with Maharashtra Geet. So I request all of you to please stand up. Thank you. A very good morning to one and all. It gives me great pleasure to welcome you all to the inaugural ceremony of the International Conference on Future Technologies 2025, ICFT 2025. The conference is jointly organized by the Department of Computer Science and Engineering, Information Technology, Electronics Engineering, Electrical Engineering, and Department of Artificial Intelligence and Machine Learning, and it is technically sponsored by IEEE Maharashtra section, financially co-sponsored by HDFC Bank, Bank of India, and ICICI Bank. This is a proud and historic moment for our institution as we host this prestigious conference today. ICFT 2025 brings together researchers, academicians, and industry professionals to share insights on emerging innovations in computing, electronics, and electrical engineering. The conference focuses on AI, ML, IoT, smart electronics, renewable energy, and interdisciplinary applications such as smart healthcare and Industry 4.0. It serves as a dynamic platform to explore technologies shaping a smarter and more sustainable future, where brilliant minds from across the globe come together to share knowledge, exchange ideas, and inspire innovation. Let us now invoke blessings of the Goddess of Wisdom. I request all the dignitaries to proceed for the Saraswati Pujan. We are truly honored to have among us a distinguished panel of guests whose presence adds great prestige to this event. Now let me introduce all the esteemed dignitaries on the dais. Professor Dr. B.F. Momin sir, our program chair, whose dedicated efforts have made this conference a reality. Professor Dr. U.A. Dabde sir, Deputy Director, whose constant guidance strengthens our institutional vision. Professor Dr. S.S. Rathod sir, our Director, an inspiring academician who always encourages innovation and excellence. And Mr. Srinivas Patil sir, Alumni and Chairman for College Development Council, that is CDC. I now request Dean CAS and TPO ma'am, Professor Dr. Medha Shah ma'am, to introduce our today's chief guest, Mr. Neerav Shah sir.
Good morning, one and all. Respected dignitaries on the dais and off the dais. It's my immense pleasure to introduce Mr. Neerav Shah today. Mr. Neerav Shah, an enthusiastic technologist with over 20 years of experience in financial services technology. He currently serves as a director and global head of trade confirmations and operational excellence technology at Barclays Corporate and Investment Bank, where he is leading the generative AI strategy for the market business. A dynamic leader with a passion for innovation, Mr. Shah has successfully driven major transformation and automation initiatives across investment banking, enhancing platform resilience, efficiency, and control. He also built Barclays Robotics and Process Automation program from the ground up, creating significant capacity for global operational teams. Before joining Barclays, he worked with Capgemini and Lehman Brothers, contributing to large-scale digital transformation programs. Mr. Shah holds an engineering degree from DJ Sanghvi College of Engineering, University of Mumbai, and is deeply passionate about leveraging emerging technologies to reimagine business processes and mentor future technology leaders. Sir, thank you. We welcome over here.
I now request Dr. S.S. Rathod sir to felicitate Mr. Neerav Shah. I now request General Chair Dr. B.F. Momin sir to felicitate our Director Dr. S.S. Rathod sir. I also request Momin sir to please felicitate Deputy Director Dr. U.A. Dabde sir. And also Mr. Srinivas Patil sir. We now invite Dr. B.F. Momin sir to share his insights and the vision behind this international initiative.
Good morning to all. Good morning to all. Respected dignitaries on the dais, Honorable Chief Guest of today's function, Mr. Neerav Shah sir, Honorable Director, our Surendra Rathod sir, Deputy Director, Dr. Uday Dabde sir, today's keynote speaker, Ms. Jessie from Tata Technologies, off the dais, Ms. Narumal from Thailand, Professor Kotak, IEEE Fellow, all distinguished guests, esteemed session chair, delegates, participants who have joined us from different parts of the country, and all my colleagues. It is indeed my great honor and privilege to welcome you all to the International Conference on Future Technologies 2025 at Walchand College of Engineering, Sangli. It is in hybrid mode. It is organized by 5 departments: Department of Computer Science and Engineering, Information Technology, Electronics Engineering, Electrical Engineering, and Artificial Intelligence and Machine Learning. On behalf of the organizing committee, I extend my heartfelt greetings to each of you gathered here to be part of this prestigious international event. The conference process was initiated by motivation of our Dr. Uday Dabde sir, Deputy Director and former in-charge director, last year during September 2024. And a core organizing committee constituted comprising myself, General Chair, Program Chair Dr. D.B. Kulkarni sir, Co-Chair Dr. Vivek Makmare, Publication Chair Dr. S.D. Ruikar, Co-Chair Dr. Sushil Karvekar, Finance Chair Dr. Sunil Tamankar, Co-Chair S.K. Parchandekar sir, Publicity Chair Professor Narayan Marathe, Co-Chair Dr. Vijay Mohade. At that time it was decided to launch this conference at international level under the brand name of IEEE. Then we applied for the IEEE and we got the approval from the IEEE Maharashtra section, formerly known as the IEEE Bombay section, and it is a technical co-sponsorship from the IEEE. Further, this conference is financially co-sponsored by HDFC Bank, Bank of India and ICFT Bank. The theme of the conference focuses on a wide range of topics emphasizing the latest technologies, their application across various domains. Broadly, we are divided into 5 tracks. First track, smart computing, that is in advance in the artificial intelligence, machine learning, cloud, edge computing, analytics, IoT, cyber security. Second track, innovation in electronics, involve the development of smart sensors, embedded system, real-time computing, nanotechnology, and flexible variable electronics. In electrical engineering advanced track, there are smart grids, renewable energy, electrical vehicles, smart transportation, automation control, power generation, transmission, distribution. In interdisciplinary application track, there are smart, health tech, medical devices, intelligent manufacturing, industry 4.0, smart cities, autonomous system, and environmental monitoring. And last, emerging trends in future direction track, quantum computing, quantum communication, advanced material for electronics, 5G, beyond 5G communication, human-machine interaction, user-centric design. We have followed all standard norms and process of the IEEE in paper submission, evaluation, etc. So there was overwhelming response. We have received 620 papers, in which 25 papers from the abroad. After the 2 blind rigorous reviews by team of 527 reviewers, 447 papers have actually restrict our registration up to 226. That is going to present in the next 2 days. There are international registrations from USA, UK, Turkey. All present papers will be submitted to IEEE for further review, if any, and selected papers will be published in the IEEE proceeding and IEEE Explore. Further, this conference will serve as a dynamic and vibrant platform for researchers, academicians, industry professionals, students to exchange their ideas, share groundbreaking research, explore future directions in the field of artificial intelligence, quantum computing, green technologies, IoT, cybersecurity, and smart system. Over the next 2 days, we will be privileged to listen to the eminent keynote speakers, panel discussion from leading institutions and industries around the world, engage in the technical paper sessions, connect with the research, industry experts that span diverse frontiers of engineering and technology. Each session has been carefully curated to simulate thought, foster innovation, and encourage interdisciplinary collaboration. The organizing a conference of this scale and quality requires vision and dedication and teamwork. I take this opportunity to express my sincere gratitude to our organizing committee, advisor committee, technical program committee, reviewers, local organizing committee for their tireless effort over the past several months. There is a team of 40 plus members in the whole process which is in background. Their hard work and commitment have been the backbone of this conference. A special note of appreciation goes to our Institute Admission Council, Chairman Ajit Gulabchand, Member Shri Amol Chavan sir, Member Chakur Gandhi sir, for their invaluable support, and Dr. Sameer Naniwadkar sir, who is the chair of the IEEE Maharashtra section. I would also like to extend my heartfelt thanks to our financial sponsor, HDFC Bank manager, Bank of India manager, and ICFT Bank manager. Your trust and cooperation have been instrumental in making this ICFT to be a reality. To all our participants, I encourage you to actively engage, ask questions, collaborate across the discipline, make meaningful connections. Let ICFT 2025 be a platform where new ideas are born, where we collectively shape the technology and tomorrow. Remember, innovation often begins with simple conversation. As we inaugurate this conference today, let us reform our collective commitment to harnessing the technology for the betterment of society, for the greater good, to build a smarter, safer, and more sustainable future of generation to come. Once again, I welcome you all to the ICFT 2025. May this conference be intellectually enriching, professionally rewarding, and personally inspiring for each one of you. Thank you, and I wish the conference a grand success. Jai Hind, Jai Maharashtra.
Thank you, sir, for setting the perfect context for this event, and thank you for leadership in bringing this conference to life. Next, we are honored to invite Dr. S.S. Rathod, sir, Director of Walchand College of Engineering, to address the gathering. Sir, we look forward to hearing your inspiring thoughts. Okay. I now request Deputy Director Dr. U.A. Dabde, sir, for his inspiring thoughts.
Good morning to all. Dignitaries on the dais, Chief Guest of today's function, Nirav Shahaji, CDC Chairman Srinivas Patil sir, Director Rathod sir, General Chair of IEEE Conference, ICFT 2025, Professor Dr. Momin sir. It gives me immense pleasure to extend my warm greetings to all the participants, researchers, academicians, and industry professionals attending this IEEE-sponsored international conference on future technologies in computer science, information technology, AIML, electrical engineering, and electronics engineering. Let me share about the idea of conference, which we have initiated during last 2.5 years. Initially, we organized the national conferences by each and every department in end of 2023, sir. That time we decided now after national conference, let us try for the international conference. And the first initiative was taken by then HOD of electronics, CSCIT, and one of the international conference was also organized last year by these three departments. Then later we thought it is better to go for IEEE as well as ASME conference, and the first initiative has been taken by the Professor Dr. Momin and his team, and we got the approval from IEEE for hosting the international conference. During last 9 to 10 months, under the leadership of Dr. Momin, near about 40-45 faculty members working hard to make this conference successful. Now regarding this conference, in today's rapidly evolving world, the convergence of these disciplines like CSC, information technology, AIML, electrical, electronics, and allied programs is driving the next wave of technological transformation from renewable energy systems, smart grids to artificial intelligence, quantum computing, advanced communication networks, data science, innovations in electronics, advanced materials, which are playing most important role nowadays in electronics and electrical systems, human-machine interaction, and user-centric design, as well as 5G and beyond communication technologies. Integration of AI in electronics and electrical systems, as well as in machine learning and Internet of Things. In all these areas, innovation in these fields is shaping the future of humanity. This conference provides a dynamic platform to share pioneering ideas, research outcomes, and collaborative opportunities that bridge the gap between academia and industry. It encourages young researchers and innovators to think beyond boundaries and contribute to sustainable technological growth for a smarter, more connected, and inclusive world. I am confident that the deliberations and exchanges at this conference will spark new collaborations and inspire transformative solutions for global challenges. I congratulate and wish the organizers and participants a great success and productive discussions throughout this event. Let us together innovate, integrate, and inspire for a better technological future. Thank you and best wishes for successful conference. Thank you very much.
I now request Dr. S.S. Rathod sir, Director of Walchand College of Engineering, for his motivating words.
Thank you, ma'am. Good morning. Chief guest of this conference, Mr. Nirav Shah, who is leading as of now Barclays. Thank you very much, sir, for accepting the invitation at a short moment and coming all the way. Shri Srinivas Patil sir, Dabde sir, and Momin sir. We all three are our very own Walchandites. My dear students, colleagues, head of the departments, deans, everyone sitting in the audience, including the dignitaries. I welcome you all to this IEEE co-sponsored, I would say, a conference on future technologies. I'm very privileged to welcome you as a director for this conference, and feeling very, very proud by standing at this podium, which is a legacy of 7 decades. So as all of you know, college started in 1947 and grown to its new heights over a period of time. And standing as a director and addressing a crowd like this, when very good people under whom I have been coached at different places are present in the audience. It's really my privilege. And as far as theme of the conference is concerned, I am very proud to say that you have not selected a particular topic, like, for example, a blockchain, cybersecurity, electric vehicle, or something like that. I see that this is a future technologies, is a very broad term, and it is very important to think in this manner. Because our engineering education in the entire country for so many decades was living in silos. People from electronics engineering never used to talk to mechanical engineering, or mechanical engineering person never used to talk to electrical engineering, and so on and so forth. Then forget about the engineering person talking to a management, or talking to a medical science, or talking to an graduate from law. So it was created in silos. Entire education was driven in a silos. Thanks to National Education Policy, which has dissolved all these silos and given us a term called as interdisciplinary and multidisciplinary education. And thanks to Walchand College of Engineering for adopting this multidisciplinary education and also initiating the conference like this, Future Technologies. It doesn't talk about one technology. It talks about all the technologies. That's the great thing about the conference. Because when you talk about future technologies, you require for any product all kinds of engineers. Even though it is driven by 3-4 departments as a conference. So congratulations to all those departments who are leading this conference. But participation, I believe, is across all the disciplines. For one product, you require electrical engineers, civil, mechanical, everybody. So if I talk about semiconductor manufacturing industry, I require electronics engineer, but I also require mechanical engineer who is going to manufacture that product and who is going to give me the entire supply chain. I also require a civil engineer who is going to build that manufacturing facility. I also require a computer engineer who is going to give me the design and the entire product. So it is an interdisciplinary field, and therefore future technologies fits perfectly into the conference theme. And hence, if we talk about future technologies, now what about Sangli? Why at Sangli? It's a rural place, not so metro place. Yes, it is very much required at Sangli also. If we want to see the holistic development of Sangli, well known for turmeric powder, well known for its sugarcane industries and so many things. But all these products that come out of the local area, they also require engineers from different domains. You do require an internship programs which will work, our students will work into these industries. You do require innovative thought processes. You do require all kinds of future technologies. You require IoTs if you want to drive this ag-tech industry, agricultural tech industry. Because of a 60-70% population from Sangli, more than that, definitely lives on the agricultural. You do require computer engineers to conceptualize UI UX design. You do require mechanical engineer to have a good supply chain from Sangli to export the products. And therefore, I believe Sangli is also a better place for when we think about the future technologies. You do require a blockchain to have the secure network from Sangli to any place in the world. So, good. So I congratulate the organizers for giving a fantastic thing of future technologies. This is going to drive, no doubt, innovations, research into this domain. Tapo moola hi sadhanam, that means tap ke bagair kuch nahi ho sakta hai. So research ke bagair kuch nahi ho sakta hai. That is the meaning. Unless you do a good research, you cannot be a good educator, you cannot be a good innovator, you cannot be a good entrepreneur. If you want to create the job, rather than seeking the job, you need to do research and you need to do innovation. And that's what this such kind of conferences motivates all of us. Sangli do require entrepreneurs, Sangli do require innovators, and Sangli does require researchers who will research on the local products and take it to the global stage. So I believe that this conference will motivate all the researchers to work on the local challenges, solve those challenges, use future technologies, use all emerging technologies, and then make the get the Sangli at an interesting global place. So thank you very much. Thanks to all the researchers who have contributed, who wrote their papers and participating, and best wishes to the conference organizers, best wishes to you, sir, and to entire committee. And as a director, thanks to all of you for participating in this conference and entire organizing. Thank you very much, and best wishes.
Thank you, sir, for your words on emerging technologies. Now the moment awaits for all of us. It is my privilege to invite our guest of honor, Mr. Nirav Shah, sir, to deliver his address. Sir, it is indeed our honor to have you over here. The audience awaits your valuable insights.
Hello everyone, good morning. That was a fantastic talk by Rathod sir, right? I think it talks a lot about vision and it talks a lot about how Sangli can make a difference outside, and it is absolutely true, right? And I really appreciate sir for your vision. Thank you, Monin sir, for the vision about, I completely agree that the future technology, see as someone working in the corporate side, the biggest problem and barrier we have is people are glued to a particular technology. And when you're saying future technologies, you're not limiting yourself into a particular technology. You're talking about solution, you're talking about customers, you're talking about clients. You are not talking, I only know Python, so I'm only going to use Python to solve the problem. You are talking, what does my customer need, and am I solving the problem for the customer, right? So I think it was a quiet visionary and a bold vision by talking about future technologies. So it's a pleasure, everyone, to be in front of you, in front of all the students of the Walchand College of Engineering, and especially the ICFT 2025 event. Having spent 2 decades transforming the landscape in the banking, and specifically in the investment banking technology space for Barclays and priorly Lehman Brothers, I can confidently and proudly say that, like, you know, this is like really one of the most exciting times that like technology looks forward to. This is a time where technology has a real opportunity to make a significant impact to business, significant impact to our customers, and significant impact to our journey. So I tell you, for all the engineers, this is indeed a fantastic moment. If you get this opportunity right, you can do a lot of things. Now, if coming from the whole investment bank and the banking domain, if I spend a few minutes on the evolution of technology here, all of you, like if you go back a little into 1965s and 1970s, right? Like when the first ATM machine was launched, I think before that time, imagine, I don't think anyone would have visualized that it is easy or possible for someone to go to a machine, enter a card and get their money, hard real cash out of a machine, outside of any surveillance, outside of any human being in the loop. But it did happen, and that technology right now, it's almost like given and it's almost like granted. So if you see, industry has seen waves of challenges and transformations, and technology has played a lot of big role. You look into the whole evolution of cameras and photos and films, you will realize today if you talk to a student or talk to an engineering student that, oh listen, you need another 2 days to take a picture and print it and get it out, and only then you can do, and you can only take 38 pictures with one reel which costs this much money, they will think that, is that really true? Is that how it used to happen? But those were like not far away. If you just go back 20 years, 30 years, that is how world was. So world has seen a huge evolution of technology. The GPS system, I remember 2007 when I was in US, and the first time I seen a GPS system, and there I was like, oh, can it tell me which destination I need to go into? And yeah, it did work, and now GPS is the way of driving. So the key point which I want to say is that people have been talking a lot on Gen AI and all the technologies, but the world has already seen a huge evolution of technology, and at every phase there was a question, what does this evolution mean to me? Am I going to lose jobs? Am I not going to get the jobs? But then there are a set of people who always talk of that as an opportunity. What does it change? What does it transform? How can I add a value? And they have succeeded. They've survived. They've actually changed the shape of the world. Further, if I look into the evolution of technology, I still know my parents. They go into bank for their pass slip book to get the payments, and transaction history is recorded into the book. Now today, can you all imagine, on a mobile app, go into this system, log into it, and you can actually see the whole history of your transaction. Even more, India is making leaps and bounds of progress in payments infrastructure. Being in the investment bank space, I understand very clearly how payments can make a significant impact to people. And I am very happy and proud to say that India in this thing has made transformation by leaps and bounds. There are people outside India who are trying to reach out to us to try to understand what is the way, how did you solve the payments problem? How can someone just scan a barcode and make the payment with a 4-digit passcode entering into the system, and that's it? Within seconds, transactions are done. Whereas in countries, there are still hours that it takes for a payment to be done. So technology is at the heart of a lot of transformation and a lot of innovation we are doing out here. So I think, not taking a lot of time, the key thing is Gen AI is just yet another technology. We need to use it to the best to harness it, and the International Conference of Future Technologies gives just the right platform to discuss ideas, research ideas, include fundamental applicability, break the organizational silos, work together as a team, hone on each other's strengths to build an end product which can be delivered to the client, which can show a visible outcome to the clients, right? So with that, thank you so much to the college, the faculty members, everyone who worked really hard. Like, those numbers were really something to be proud of. And yeah, all the best to the success of the college and the program. Thank you.
Thank you, sir, for your words, and to tell all of us how conference can be helpful in our to understand the technology landscape in our day-to-day activities, and how we shouldn't be afraid of Gen AI because it's just another technology. All right, so let's go ahead, and now we move to one of the most awaited moments of today's event, the release of the conference proceedings. May I request all our dignitaries on stage to kindly come together for the special moment. I now request Program Chair Dr. D.B. Kulkarni sir to present vote of thanks.
Good morning, everyone. Dignitaries on the dais, those who are present, all the faculties, senior faculty, retired faculties, participants, and outsiders. This is last program of last part of the program, and the actual conference will start. My role is to just thank all the stakeholders. I will start with the management, institute management. Institute management has supported us for initiating this activity of organizing a conference. So I am thankful to the management, particularly today on behalf of management, I will say that Mr. Srinivas sir is present. I am also thankful to all the stakeholders. Stakeholders in the sense the organizing committee. Basically, organizing committee consists of the faculties and the volunteers. Some of the outsiders like reviewers, those who have helped us in reviewing huge number of papers which we have received. Then we have called many outsiders, many experts from outside for delivering the sessions. Particularly, we have some keynote sessions. We have some expert sessions, we have some discussion forums. So I thank to all these members for their contribution. I thank the head of the institute, Rathod sir, Dabde sir, who has actually started this activity and supported at every moment they were with us, for supporting it and for ensuring that nothing goes wrong and the things are better handled. I am thankful to the chief guest today for sparing his time. I am thankful to some of the keynote speakers who are sitting here in the audience. And lastly, I am thankful to all the participants who are participating into this event, who are contributing in one way or the other. And I am also thankful to all the audience, because one of the goal of this particular activity is to ensure that we have some kind of interaction, because in today's world it is very important that instead of having everything online, and that's why the purpose of keeping this conference in hybrid mode is to ensure that we have all kinds of participations, and this is basically the future. This is the future of the conference. So probably in days to come, in months to come, you will find that a lot of things will change, including the way the conferences are being held. So at the end, I'll thank all of you, those whose name could not be mentioned here. I forgot to mention maybe. So thank you all for this making this moment very great, and I'm sure that all of you will enjoy and will benefit from this particular program. Thank you very much.
Before we conclude this inauguration ceremony, I request everyone to rise for national anthem, please. Keynote session will be resuming after just 5 minutes. Global Head of Learning and Development and Strategic Resource Planning at Tata Technologies. With over 24 years of experience, she has been a transformative leader in shaping talent strategy, business excellence, and organizational capabilities across diverse industries. Her career journey spans academia, engineering, and corporate leadership. Having previously served as course director at Coventry University, UK, head of the Engineering Academy at KPIT, and assistant professor at MS Ramaiah University of Applied Sciences. A TBEM Gold Assessor and a certified expert in adaptive leadership and business excellence frameworks like Malcolm Baldrige, Ms. Tracy brings a rare blend of strategic vision and people-centered leadership. She holds a master's in automotive electronics from Coventry University and has contributed to research and patents in automotive systems. Passionate about purposeful and inclusive learnings, Ms. Tracy continues to lead initiatives that align future skills with digital transformation and enterprise innovation. Let's warmly welcome our keynote speaker, Ms. Tracy Ostina. I request Professor Dr. S.D. Roikar sir, Publication Chair of the conference, to felicitate ma'am. Ma'am, stage is all yours.
Very good morning, all of you, and thank you so much for the warm welcome that I was extended here. Distinguished guests, the chair of this conference, the faculty members of Walchand College of Engineering, avid researchers, academicians, reviewers. It's indeed my privilege to stand here at the 70-year-old university, which is the Walchand College of Engineering. And this is my very first visit to Walchand, and I'm glad I'm part of this conference. Thank you so much, everyone, for having me here. So, as far as the conference title is concerned, the distinguished speakers before me, they emphasized on the future technologies and why they have christened it as International Conference for Future Technologies, and they have kept it, the title is kept quite broad because today we are in an era of exponential innovation that's happening all across the globe. And this conference very much is a witness to the growth of future technologies. The ideas that are brimming here in this conference, for sure, it is going to culminate as products sometime later in future, and which is going to contribute a lot to the mankind. So that is the very reason why this conference is very significant as far as the sweetest spot of innovation is concerned. We are in an era where we are talking about artificial intelligence, which is not just the foundation. AI has become the hygiene in many of the industries today. So it is important for all of us to know what it is, and as our chief guest mentioned, it is just another technology that we are getting into. So when we started off early on, say in about 90s, we were not sure of, we would be landing in a space where we would use paperless technologies and things like that. But today we are seeing it. So I remember my days in the university where I used to talk about Audi Q7, and I used to give a grand demo of Audi Q7 interiors. Back then it was not even in India, and I was talking about all the latest technologies in the automotive industry. And today I see all of it. It's not even in Audi Q7. It has come down to all the mid-range cars as well. So we see ADAS systems, we see a lot of pedestrian detection systems and automatic transmission systems. You call any system, it's already part of even the low-end cars as well. That's the importance of technology, that's the importance of contribution of research that's happening all across the globe. While we are at the peak of this, I know that there are boundaries of possibilities that have multi-folded now. So you all have started thinking in multidisciplinary domains. We are not working in silos, as our director said. So it is no more, I'm a computer science engineer or a mechanical engineer. So coming from the automotive industry for last 20 odd years, I know that what was an all-in-all mechanical industry today has significantly transformed into a multidisciplinary domain. Today, we hire more of computer science engineers, AI engineers, or even machine learning folks and the cloud computing engineers, etc. So they are all part of automotive industry, which was a dream, in fact, back then. So back then it was a hardcore mechanical industry. So even when I did my master's, I was the only girl student in the class. So even when I started teaching in the university, I never used to have girl students in my class. Today, girls' empowerment is already there. Coming from Tara Technologies, which is heavily into automotive, I see most of the women engineers being part of the system, and that clearly shows that we have moved on from what was a legacy mechanical engineering domain to a multidisciplinary domain where we have gender diversity and things like that. I was just browsing through the McKinsey report of 2025, and I just wanted to take a quick glance while I was prepping up for this keynote address. So when I took a look at the report, which said that 2025 and beyond, McKinsey has listed about 13 top technologies which are going to rule the world. And with no guesses, the first one being the artificial intelligence. Very closely followed by the cloud computing and edge computing, followed by cybersecurity. All these topics have been mentioned earlier by the previous speakers, and I'm very glad that today's the conference is going to cover all these top 13 technologies, be it bioengineering or quantum technologies, even agentic AI, immersive technologies like augmented reality and virtual reality, and future mobilities, which is something which is quite fascinating. So people are talking about software-defined vehicles where your code is going to run a vehicle. So there are more number of codes than a space mission. So that's the number of lines of code that runs in today's vehicle, or be it electric vehicles or e-mobility as we call it, drones, e-bikes, all of that is part of intelligent mobility systems. Above all, when we talk about mobility, we are emphasizing on smart mobility, sustainable mobility, and any innovation that happens across the globe should be sustainable, we should be actually focusing on the future generations, because the way we have received this earth, we have to leave this behind, So that is why sustainable innovation is the call for the day. Of course, future space technologies and future energy and sustainable technologies take the next two positions. So these are all some of the top 13 technologies which McKinsey says that from 2025 and beyond are going to rule this world. While we are talking about this, technologies need to be more collaborative, adaptive, and also inclusive. So talking about artificial intelligence, many of them do say that AI is stealing a lot of our jobs. So you must have read the latest reports on different organizations cutting down on the headcount because of the intervention of artificial intelligence. But trust me, when you look at the report of World Economic Forum 2025, it says that AI is going to create more jobs in this world rather than the number of jobs that is being taken away, because AI is going to create different kinds of jobs. Previously, we had not heard of a prompt engineer. Did we hear about prompt engineering earlier? Somebody who has been through this journey for the last 10, 15 years? No, we had not heard of prompt engineers. Somebody who who can train the model. So we have not heard of these kind of roles. So AI is going to create more roles, while we also see some of the headcount being cut off by different organizations. Remember one thing, if an organization decides to cut the headcount, it is only because those are the people who cannot be cross-skilled or upskilled, who are not trainable. So coming from the learning and development department at Tara Technologies, I know how painstakingly we cross-skill or upskill people. So it is very much important for the employees as well to be open-minded, to be proactive, to be willing to sharpen their saw every single day to the latest technologies. Because back then we spoke about survival of the fittest, and today also the same formula applies, it is survival of the fittest. So if somebody is not able to work towards it, as Dr. Stephen Covey says in his 7 Habits of Highly Effective People, one of my favorite habits is sharpen the saw. So that's the last habit which Stephen Covey talks about in his book. But sharpening the saw is very much important for all of us, especially being in the technology side of things. It is very much important for us to be aligned with the latest technological transformation. And that is what is sharpening the saw is all about. While we talk about artificial intelligence, I was just looking into the number of use cases the automotive domain can have. If somebody is interested in automotive industry, can take a glance at it. Today, as I said, automotive industry has transformed from a hardcore mechanical industry into electronics industry or software industry as we call it. AI can be applied in different stages of vehicle development. Right from the vehicle design all the way up to the production, there is intervention of artificial intelligence. We talk about the V model of development in the automotive industry. So right from the requirement stage to the coding stage, traceability of the code, deployment of the code, and finally rolling out the vehicles into the market. So you can see AI being part of all these stages. It is only augmenting the development process, remember that. It is only augmenting the process, it is making the process more tightened, more error-free, and identification of anomalies in the design or code has become a lot more easier today because of the intervention of artificial intelligence. Talking about usage of generative AI, that also has played a very significant role in the vehicle simulation. Earlier, there was a lot of physical prototypes that were made to test the vehicle. Today, you can simply feed the historic data of, say, engine speed, engine efficiency, fuel efficiency, etc., different or engine load. So if you feed in the historical data into your models, the model should be able to predict the performance. The model should be able to do a prognostics for the vehicles or the components. So you can avoid the physical prototype making as far as vehicle simulation is concerned using the latest technologies. This only augments the speed. So the time to market has shrunk to a larger extent because of the usage of technologies. Even creating hundreds of design of automotive components is also one of the contributions of generative AI, where it can give you hundreds of samples of a same component, and the tier 1 suppliers or even the OEMs can actually select the model depending on the vehicle requirement. So what I'm trying to focus here is, although artificial intelligence has taken away jobs, but it has also added a lot of efficiency into the entire development process. I'm just talking about the automotive industry, but the same thing applies to other areas like healthcare and space and other technologies, or even connectivity that we are talking about today. So we see AI in the assembly lines as well, where we have AI trained robots which are picking the components using computer vision. So that is also augmenting the process. Maintenance has become a lot more easier because early detection of the component failure, so prognostics as we call it, we don't wait for the component to fail, we can actually predict. Takes 15 years, if the vehicle is run like this, how will this pressure sensor behave? So that is what we call it as prognostics. How we wish we could do it in real life, right? We marry somebody and then next 15 years, this is how this person is going to behave. So prognostics is very important in real life too. So unfortunately, we are not able to do that. But for the components, yes, we can definitely do it using generative AI. It's just not the the side of the vehicle, even from the user's point of view, if you take, so customer behavior, customer demands, you can do a market analysis using AI. Say, for example, how many of them would be planning to buy a car in the next 6 months? So that is something predictable. Or if they're planning to invest in a car, which model of car they are looking at. So you can actually pull in data from different, you would be surfing different websites and do a comparative analysis. You are asking your peers and friends which car to buy, which model, etc. So all this data can be mined, and then you can actually do a predictive analysis of next 6 months, this is what Indian customer is looking for, and this is what I need to work on. So this is from the customer point of view. And handling customer complaints or having conversations with robots, AI trained robots. So in Tara Technologies, we do have a chief listening officer. So I talk about her in all the forums, by the way, but that's a chatbot. We have christened her as Amber. And this Amber is going to talk to all the employees in different frequencies. So as soon as an employee joins, or a manager is changed, or employee has got a promotion, etc. So this bot is going to talk to the employees, and it does a pulse check frequently. So this is actually very helpful for us to gather, to understand the information related to employees, saying how soon this employee might leave. Is he happy, not happy? What is his mood score, etc. All of this can be analyzed because of the AI bot that we have. So going back to the auto industry, so even the insurance, we can analyze the driver pattern, say this is how he has been driving for the last 90 days, and say he meets with an accident, the insurance guy can actually look back into the 90 days of data and say this guy was erratically driving and this was bound to happen, so I will give him only 20% of the insurance that is claimed. So this is the kind of predictive analytics can be done by analyzing the driver behavior. So this is where the insurance come into picture. So there are a lot of cases where we can, AI use cases that we can actually, call out when we are talking about AI in automotive industry specifically. Talking about the innovation, something that I personally vouch for is any innovation that happens, empathy should be the centric. All your innovation should revolve around empathy. So innovation or research is not something outside of mankind. Whatever research you are doing today, you have to closely relate it to the mankind and the environment and be empathetic towards it. So I was just going through some of the narratives of how empathetic innovation can look like in the industry. So let me take you to one of the hospitals in Pittsburgh from India. So there was this industrial designer by name Doug Dietz, who was working with GE Healthcare, and he and his team had designed an MRI scanner machine. Some of you must have heard this because this is one of the classic case studies as far as empathy in industrial design thinking is concerned. So Doug Dietz and his team had designed an MRI scanning machine, and this was for pediatric MRI scan, where children were supposed to get scanned. So the design was fantastic, it was award worthy, and Doug Dietz and his team were almost expecting an award, but one of the days Doug felt that let me visit one of the hospitals and see how my MRI machine is working, how the children are taking it. So he was in for a shock when he went to a hospital, and this 6-year-old kid was crying to get into the machine. So the technician had to call an anesthesiologist to sedate the kid in order to put him under the scanner, put her under the scanner. He was really surprised, and when he spoke to the technician said that this is what we do for 80% of the kids because they are too scared to get into the MRI scanner looking into the overall design of it. He didn't lose his heart. He went back to his team, and then what he did was he went and spoke to the daycare specialists. He visited many daycare centers. He spoke to the parents. He spoke to designers, biomedical engineers, like how Director Sir was talking about multidisciplinary approach. He went and spoke to all the key stakeholders and tried to understand how better can I make this design. I want it to be more empathetic. This is meant for pediatric scan, and if the children are getting scared, there is no point in having that design at all. Then they had to redesign the entire stuff for, they designed it as an adventurer explorer machine, like a pirate ship. They designed it. And then when they made it, and then they installed it in some of these hospitals, and when they revisited the hospital, the children were happy to get into the scanner machine, and they really enjoyed the whole process. So when they had to hold their breath, he created some kind of an environment like a storm or something where they had to hold their breath so that the scanning gets completed. So the design was so empathetic and children friendly, then it won an award. But the heart of it is, he also learned that the kids were like, can we come back tomorrow for the same scan, is what they started telling their parents as well. So this is what empathy is all about in design. While we work on different problem statements, we work a lot on future technologies and everything. Remember to be empathetic in your design. Is it helping the mankind? How are we changing the world because of the research that we are conducting? What is our contribution towards the mankind? That should be centric. So I would like to leave you with 5 things. I know there are a lot of things as researchers running on your mind. So I simplified it for A, B, C, D, E so that it's easy for you to remember. A is for advanced interdisciplinary work. So continue to do the interdisciplinary work that you're doing. B is think beyond boundaries. Nobody has ever appreciated, as far as technology is concerned, nobody has ever appreciated a person who is very comfortable in his lane. But somebody who has crossed borders, crossed boundaries, spoken to another fellow colleague who is not even an engineer, and then redesigning things, that is what industry has celebrated. So go beyond boundaries. C is continue to stay curious. All of you are very curious, please continue to do so. They say that curiosity kills a cat, but I have changed it slightly. I keep saying curiosity kills a cat. So stay curious. D is design scalable, sustainable solutions. E is for empower future technologists. Now that you are here, it is your moral responsibility to mentor your next generation. How are you mentoring them? How are you paying it forward? You have learned, you have come this far. So why don't you create more technologists on the way so that, may your tribe grow because of this behavior of yours. These are some of the things what I wanted to communicate today. Before that, I also wanted to touch upon one important aspect, that is something not related to your future technologies, but related to the researchers themselves. Focus on your mental well-being, which is very, very important, because the researchers generally tend to work in isolated environment. You all work under very high pressure environment. Anxiety is something which is eating you up every single day, because you might be wondering that whether somebody else has already worked on it, applied for a patent, got a patent on it, or am I going in the right track? Many of you face imposter syndrome. And also, many of you would also face secondary trauma because of the kind of research work that you are doing. It will be associated to the work that you are doing as well. So, please discuss, build a support system around you, so that you don't get drained away in your research. I know that you all have been working on it like 24/7. There is some time that you have to take out for yourself, seek professional help if required, but speak out, which is very, very important. And remember that you cannot pour from an empty cup. So you have to be full of energy, passion, and you have to be in your well-being, most well-being. And that can happen only if you decide to do so. So I think with this I will close my talk. I hope you will be able to carry some of these forward during your research, and also I wish you all the best during this conference. And may this conference ignite more minds, may it bring out more ideas, may it foster more partnerships, and build your network while you are here. Talk to fellow researchers from other parts of the world that have joined in, and build your own community and contribute more. Lead with purpose and empathy. Do not forget that. And above all, my closing statement is, do not forget to stop by and smell the roses. Thank you so much, everyone.
Any questions? Thank you so much, Ms. Stacy. It was indeed a wonderful speech where we got to know that we have to always sharpen our sword. Then we got to know the new meaning of A, B, C, D, E, isn't it? Right? And one very important advice which she gave was about our well-being. Being researchers, academicians, it is highly important in today's era to give importance to our well-being. Thank you. Thanks a lot, Ms. Stacy. And I now request all of you to please proceed for the next course. Yeah, parallel sessions from Hall 1 to Hall 5, and the list of halls is already displayed to all of you.